it's always healthcare experience, of course, because there's so many groups out there that do stuff, from the CPA firms to the big box like PwC, Ernst and Young, that really, again, having a healthcare focus group, so there's no knowledge curve into what they're jumping into, that healthcare is a different beast, of course, as everybody knows. So really having that wherewithal and best practices that they can bring in as part of their secret sauce, per se, to really bake that into the overall assessment process. So there's a lot of good regional players, of course, and really I think healthcare, and then of course price, and then kind of their methodology, and to what you had said, what the deliverables are, how they carry out their project, timeline, and also doing some reference checking on that. That's something that my CIO is pretty big on, and saying, I want to talk to someone else that you've done an assessment at, so we can kind of, see what went well, what didn't, and really build off of that.
I agree. I think the references are key. Just it's always good to have an idea of what someone else experienced when you're selecting a vendor. I think another thing for the deliverable, that in my past experience, what I would always want to see is, it's great to have this extremely detailed report, and has all this stuff, technical, or a lot of kind of the jargon in it, but I want to know what are the actions that I need. I need something actionable that comes out of it, so we can do something from there. The last thing we want is this assessment, the report itself just becomes shelfware and sit over there in the corner. You want something that you can take action on, move forward, reduce the risk for the organization. And, you're going to find that with it. That if you have a good relationship with your partner from there.
Yeah, the best reports I've received really had like 3 sections in it. One which was real detailed how the assessment was done, but then the second one, what you were just talking about, John, is kind of like, okay, for me, for my level, what items do I need to prioritize within the organization, budgetary, resource-wise, that kind of stuff. And then finally, I also always ask for a executive level one that I or my boss, the CIO, can use for board presentations, but also so that I could give to my customers when they ask, how are things going? I don't think that they really need all the details that are in that detailed report, but for them to say, okay, there were 4 findings. Have you resolved those 4 findings? Were they high, medium, or low? So that report is also critical for me whenever I get an external assessment provided.
Yeah, I would agree. Everything that you guys said, we look for the technical, the what next, what can we do next, and is there an executive summary, because that saves me time from having to read through it and then create one myself. So definitely agree.